Ever wondered how many of the diseases we suffer from are actually caused by our own actions? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? As we navigate through the complex world of health and disease, one startling fact emerges. A significant portion of our health problems are, in fact, self-inflicted. Our lifestyle choices, the environment we inhabit, and our daily activities play significant roles in the prevalence of certain diseases. For instance, let's consider obesity. It's not just a disease, but a global epidemic, largely fueled by unhealthy eating habits and sedentary lifestyles. Or take lung cancer, often linked to air pollution and smoking. And let's not forget diabetes, a silent killer whose rise is closely tied to our modern, sugary diets. These are just a few examples of how our actions directly influence our health. As we delve deeper, we'll uncover the true impact of our actions on our health. Let us take obesity, for instance, a global epidemic affecting millions. Imagine a scenario where a person, let's call him John, leads a sedentary lifestyle. His diet consists mostly of foods high in fats, sugars, and salts with scarcely any fruits or vegetables. His daily routine lacks any form of physical activity. Over time, John gains weight, eventually reaching a point where his body mass index or BMI categorizes him as obese. The case of John is not isolated, but a reflection of the reality of millions around the globe. The root cause of this obesity epidemic can be traced back to two key factors: poor diet and lack of physical activity. Our modern fast-paced lifestyle often leans towards convenience, leading many to rely heavily on fast food, processed meals, and sugary drinks. The downside: these foods are typically high in calories and low in nutrients, contributing to weight gain when consumed in excess. On the other hand, our increasingly sedentary lifestyle is another major contributor. With many jobs now desk-bound and leisure activities often screen-based, opportunities for physical activity have dwindled. The result? A caloric imbalance where the energy consumed through food exceeds the energy expended through physical activity. Over time, this imbalance leads to weight gain and ultimately obesity. But why should we be concerned? Obesity isn't just about aesthetics, it's a serious health issue. Obesity increases the risk of various diseases including heart disease and diabetes. Fat accumulation, particularly around the abdomen, can lead to increased blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, and insulin resistance, all of which are risk factors for heart disease. Similarly, obesity is a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes, as excess body fat can interfere with the body's ability to use insulin effectively. In essence, obesity is a ticking time bomb, silently paving the way for a host of health complications. It's a clear reminder of how our dietary choices and physical activity, or lack thereof, can significantly impact our health. Obesity, a clear example of how our lifestyle choices can have profound effects on our health. Scene script. Next, we turn our attention to lung cancer, primarily caused by smoking. Picture this: a man named Raj, a chain smoker for over 20 years, one day starts coughing uncontrollably. A visit to the doctor confirms his worst nightmare: stage 3 lung cancer. This isn't a rare story, it's a heartbreaking reality for many, and the villain of this story is often the smoke from the cigarettes they hold between their fingers. Lung cancer is a deadly disease, and smoking tobacco is its most significant risk factor. When you inhale cigarette smoke, which is full of cancer-causing substances, changes in the lung tissue begin almost immediately. At first, your body may be able to repair this damage, but with each repeated exposure, normal cells that line your lungs are increasingly damaged. Over time, the damage causes cells to act abnormally, and eventually cancer may develop. Now imagine the risk multiplying for people who don't smoke but are frequently around those who do. Known as secondhand smoke, this exposure can increase a person's risk of developing lung cancer by 20 to 30%. The smoke doesn't discriminate. It affects everyone in its path. Lung cancer isn't just a personal health crisis. It's a global issue. As of today, it's the leading cause of cancer death worldwide. Every year, more people die from lung cancer than from colon, breast, and prostate cancers combined. These staggering numbers are a wake-up call, showing us the devastating impact of our choices on our health and the health of those around us. To make matters worse, the treatment options for lung cancer are limited, and the survival rates are low. The 5-year survival rate for lung cancer is only about 16%, making it one of the most deadly cancers. The smoke that we inhale not only harms us, but also those around us, making lung cancer a human-caused disease. Let us remember that our choices can have far-reaching effects. It's time we take responsibility for our health and the health of those around us. Lastly, we consider diabetes, a silent killer associated with excessive sugar consumption. Imagine a world where sweet treats are not a delight, but a potential death sentence. This is the reality for millions living with diabetes, a disease often born out of a lifestyle characterized by excessive sugar intake and a lack of physical activity. Let's consider the story of Mr. Sharma, a sweet-toothed gentleman. He loved his desserts and detested exercise. Over time, this habit led to the onset of type 2 diabetes. The sugar he once relished started wreaking havoc on his health, leading to complications like heart disease, kidney damage, and vision loss. Diabetes is not just about managing blood sugar levels. It's a complex condition that can affect every aspect of one's health. From cardiovascular issues to nerve damage, the implications of uncontrolled diabetes can be grave. This is the bitter reality of our sweet indulgences. Diabetes, a bitter truth of our sweet indulgences. In conclusion, our actions do have a direct impact on our health. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. We have seen how our eating habits can lead us down the path of obesity, a condition that can invite a host of other health issues. We have also discussed how our choice to smoke can cause lung cancer, a disease that claims millions of lives every year. And let's not forget about the sweet poison, sugar, which when consumed in excess can lead to diabetes, a condition that affects millions worldwide. It is clear that our lifestyle choices play a pivotal role in determining our health. It is in our hands to choose whether we want to live a long, healthy life or fall prey to these diseases. We can make better choices. We can choose to eat healthier, exercise regularly, avoid smoking, and limit our sugar intake. Remember, the choices we make today can determine our health tomorrow. Choose wisely.